Hi guys! So I'm so excited to be doing my high vibe food of the week. This week's food is eggplant. If you missed the memo, I announced it like Sunday maybe, or I don't remember, really early this week, that eggplant was going to be our new food that we're gonna play around with new recipes with, and I'm gonna be doing this almost every week to help you become really familiar with plant-based cooking. It really just takes becoming familiar with knowing what to do with these different kinds of foods. And eggplant is one that people ask me about all the time, like what the heck do I do with an eggplant, right? And I use it so often, and it's so versatile and it's so delicious. And I actually came up with a new recipe just this afternoon that I wasn't planning on doing. And excuse my voice, I'm getting over my cold. But this one, I literally had to make myself go in the other room so that I wouldn't eat it, so that I could do this video for you guys first and take pictures and all that good stuff, okay? So what's happening is I gave the instructions to go out and buy at least 3 eggplants at the beginning of the week, and that I would teach you these recipes, okay? So they have like some variation within them. They're not all just like, oh, roast an eggplant, okay? So what I want to tell you is, number one, make sure you follow me on Instagram. So on Instagram, my handle is @jody.bullock, and I already have an IGTV video of one of the recipes, which is called roasted eggplant and red pear salad. I think it's like a 10-minute or less video, and that's already posted on Instagram, okay? So give me hearts if you follow me on Instagram. What I want you guys to do is to go through each of the recipes, see which one stands out to you, which one you feel like trying. Hopefully you want to try them all. But what I want you to do is, when you try them, because I know you're going to, it's not if, but when, I want you to take a picture. Hey, Deanna. I want you to take a picture of whichever of the 3 recipes you choose to make, or all of them if you choose to make all of them at different times. And I want you to post them on your Instagram stories or on Facebook somewhere, and make sure that you tag me. You can tag me on Instagram, or you can tag my name on Facebook or my business page on Facebook. And I want you to use the hashtag Food Rebel Recipes and High Vibe Food of the Week, okay? So I know this is a lot of information. Maybe I'll put those instructions in the comments, but say hi when you're jumping on, you guys. Do you guys love eggplant? So since that red pear and eggplant salad's already posted on Instagram, I'm gonna do 2 new recipes for you right now that are super simple, and it won't even take long because I already have the eggplant cooked. And so if you're in my Facebook group, Food Rebels, I told you yesterday how to prepare this, like how to roast it, and at least one of your eggplants, right? Because if you do that, then it's just really throwing the rest of it together, okay? So here's my first roasted eggplant, and excuse me, this one I just cut into strips. The only thing I used to season it with was salt and dried, what is this on here? Parsley or oregano, you can't mess it up. So pink Himalayan salt, a little bit of olive oil, and dried parsley or oregano, whichever you have, okay? And then I just put it in the fridge. So the first thing what we're gonna make is baba ganoush. Does anybody know what baba ganoush is? It is seriously like the easiest thing, and if you like hummus, you'll probably like baba ganoush. And here's what we're gonna do. I'm a little bummed that it's getting a little darker, so I'm gonna tip you guys. Can you see that? Try not to show you my dirty dishes. They're actually clean. Okay, so in the Vitamix, I want you to dump your 1 roasted eggplant. Now, caveat, you can take the skin off if you want. Probably would have done that before roasting. I don't really mind because I love all the nutrients and things, so it just might change your color a little bit. But so this I just cooked in the oven, like I said, probably 15-20 minutes, and it's soft now because it's been sitting, and you can see like a little tiny bit of oil, but I don't soak things with oil. I just think it's unnecessary to do that. Okay, so put your roasted eggplant in your Vitamix. And then, this is so simple, you guys. we're gonna take 1 lemon. Shoot, where's my cutting board? We need a couple tablespoons of lemon juice, so like 2 to 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, and I might need to get 1 more because they're small, right? So if you have like the lemon juice concentrate or whatnot, then you can do that. Hold on, I need a knife. Okay, so cut your lemon, squeeze it in. And I also just want to make a comment about how I put the full ingredient shopping list for the original recipes. So this is just going to be a bonus one in the Facebook group. But really, the funny thing is that there really isn't much to buy when you do my technique, my method, which is like just always having your staples on hand, which there is still a video up on Facebook that's going to come down when my course starts in a few days, but it basically goes through every area of your kitchen and your pantry, and it tells you what you need to buy like on repeat. And when you do that, when you just buy this stuff on repeat, then you always have it, and so you always have the ability to cook things. So the only like new things that you really had to go and buy this week were like red pears and the eggplant, and like just restocking your greens and stuff. So it's like, duh, it's so easy. Okay. Did anybody see that video? You should go watch it because it's gonna go as a bonus in my Fueled and Focused course, which is first calls tomorrow, you guys. You can check out information on that on the website, and I'll talk to you about it in a minute, but first let's keep cooking. Okay, garlic. I keep my garlic cloves in the freezer. These are, you can see I've softened because I let them sit out, but I buy them at Whole Foods already peeled. This is a time-saving hack. I'm just gonna do like 1.5 little cloves because I don't want it to be too garlicky. And then we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of tahini paste, which is just sesame seeds, in case you didn't know. And I also don't really measure things. You don't really have to. You just kind of do things to taste. There you go. Nice and big scoop. Awesome. Okay. And then you get to pick an herb. So what I always say is to always have parsley, cilantro, and like one other herb, right? So I always have parsley, I always have cilantro. This time of year, I always have basil because tomatoes, yum. And there's basil in the second recipe. So I'm not sure, I'll do a little basil and a little parsley in this one. Flat leaf parsley, you guys, flat leaf. So, and I put the stems in because you can. More is more. This is good for your liver. And then we're just gonna do a little bit of basil because I'm afraid my basil is going to go bad. And I don't want it to go bad. I hate wasting herbs. They are so amazing. It smells so good. So fresh, so fragrant. Okay, you know, and I'm guessing, can you guys see this? So we've got the roasted eggplant that was seasoned with parsley, olive oil, salt. We have fresh parsley, we have basil, we have tahini paste, and we have lemon juice. And we're gonna blend this and probably add a little bit more salt and check this out. See if you guys can guess what's in here for a second. Okay, I'm gonna blend this and try not to be too loud. Hold on. Yeah, it's a little, I'm gonna have to use a spatula, so I'm adding another half of a lemon right now. But that's fine. Let's see if we can stir it. Let me give you the update here. So, see what it looks like? It's kind of like pasty. But that's probably as, I'll blend it one more time but it's really like a thicker sort of dip, and this is like super amazing to use with like veggies instead of just hummus all the time. Oh my gosh, it is so good. You guys are gonna love this. I'm gonna do a splash, a little splash of water. Okay, coming up. So, here's the bowl. Gonna get my spatula. Also wanted to show you guys the salt that I use called real salt because it has like the best minerals. My friend Michelle told me about it. I was like, oh my God, how did I not know about this? So use your spatula. And see, I like the skin in there because it makes it look purple. Okay. And then you guys might be wondering, well, what in the heck do I do with my baba ganoush now that I have it? And it's just like a dip. So you would just dip it with like crackers. I would do like Mary's Gone crackers or Jill's crackers, or I would do rainbow carrots with this, or romaine lettuce leaves, or just any raw veggies, like even celery. You could spread this on toast. Whoops, spilled a little bit. And there you go. And then what else you could do is just chop a few more herbs on top just to make it look a little pretty because it's, you know, kind of brown, but that's okay. So it would look more like hummus, FYI. I'll come up so you can talk to me, so I can talk to you. It would look more like hummus if you took the purple skin off and you like would roast it right after you, or if you pureed it right after you roasted it, the skin will come off really easily and it would look more like hummus. And then you could just add the herbs, but I don't really care about that. I think this looks the way that it's supposed to look and it tastes amazing. So what I would say is season to your preference. So if you really love basil, do like all the basil. If you really love cilantro, do cilantro. If you really like garlic, load it up more with garlic, and then you just taste it as you blend it, and you can add more salt, less salt. I think it's fine to use salt like this to season when you're cooking because mostly what I do is eat real food, and so I'm not getting salt from processed food and packaged food. That's where you run into problems. So more or less tahini, whatever you guys like, but doesn't that look amazing, like with purple and yellow and orange carrots? I'll do a picture and post that on my blog, okay? But it's so simple, right? Just with an eggplant, and you could blend this into hummus too to just kind of zhuzh it up. Okay, so excited about that. Now we've got to do this other one really quick. Okay, who thinks that my husband should redo our counters just so I can have a white background? Here we go. Okay, so the difference is, which for this recipe, look at this. This is grilled eggplant. So this is just this one eggplant, the same size as the other one that we used in the baba ganoush. And I used my grill pan instead of roasting it in the oven because I wanted the beautiful grill marks on top. So I love having a grill pan for like indoor cooking and stuff. And all I did was use, I think I used avocado oil for this. So I sprayed the pan, cut this into more like squares. So sliced it from the top down and then cut it more into like halves and grilled it about 3 to 4 minutes each side. And just make sure that you spray each side and flip and respray, and then I just use salt, okay? But it's so pretty, caramelized, and look at those grill marks. So you just want to be patient, and remember, don't mess around with it while it's getting the grill marks because then they won't have like the consistency in the lines, which we want for aesthetics. Okay. Now, this this one, I'll just put the full recipe up on my blog and stuff because I already made it, but I just wanted to show you what I did. So here's the salad. This salad is 2 kinds of greens, so it's curly kale, the ones that you need to like pull off of the thick stem. And it works super good with this dressing because it's been sitting in it and softening those hard, you know, they're typically more fibrous leaves. And then I thought, I have too much dressing. I don't like things soggy and soaked, you know. I like it more of a lighter dressed situation. And so I put a whole head of romaine, which look, it doesn't even seem like that much, does it? But super good together, romaine and kale. Okay, then the dressing that I made is, the base is Kite Hill plain yogurt. So do you guys buy this? I don't really eat yogurt for yogurt, but I use it for cooking for like a base. And so this one is plain unsweetened almond yogurt, super simple. And I use like 3/4 of a cup of this. I would recommend draining it or straining it. So like put a paper towel in a colander or a strainer like this and let it soak. Because every time I open my yogurt, you'll see it even here, like there's water that you want to drain off. But if you want your dressing to be thicker, you're going to want to strain it. So strain about 1/2 to 3/4 of a cup. Again, you can't mess it up. You can just add more stuff to it if you need to, but to have enough to cover your whole salad. And then I added fresh basil. I added a handful of fresh organic parsley, probably like this much. Obviously I already did that, so I'm not gonna redo it for you guys, but I'll put all the detailed instructions on my blog and in Food Rebels. And then I put in, don't judge my scallions, I used good ones, but I used a big scallion like this that was not yellow. Those need to go in the trash. And then I used a couple cloves of garlic in the dressing, plus salt, okay? And 1 lemon, juice of 1 lemon. Okay, so it's the same type of ingredient. So I hope you get this idea. We're using the same type of ingredients. We're making like just a different kind of recipe. So you have so many options with all the same food in your house. So then what I like to look at is, okay, well, I've got my like green creamy dressing and it's healthy, it's vegan, it's light. I've got my greens, they're super nourishing and they're super healthy, but I don't want this to be soggy, right? Because think about this, your eggplant, it sort of gets soggy, you know, not soggy, but you know, it's not like crunchy. So we needed texture. So to add texture, I just tossed in a bunch of my raw sesame seeds, which I keep on my kitchen counter. And this I thought was genius because chickpeas go with like Mediterranean flavors like eggplant, right? Can you guys hear me? I hope so. Give me some hearts if you can hear me and you like these ideas. These are roasted sea salt chickpeas, and I just gave them a rough chop and tossed them in here. So probably could add more since this has been sitting, just I wanted the flavors to marry. And as always, just add a little more salt if you need to the base of your greens. Season your dressing as you go, just taste it with your finger. That's what you do when you cook. And then you could add more of these as you finalize your dish, okay? So there's like a couple different ways you could plate this. So I thought it might be cute if you put it on a platter and you put like your little eggplants down like on a fish platter and just put a little green salad on each one, like an appetizer kind of presentation, and then a few more chickpeas on top. That would be cute, right? Don't you guys think? But what I'm gonna do, since we just have a bowl like this, is pour the whole salad like this in here. I love plating with white dishes because it makes the food pop because it's colorful, right? And it should be colorful. And then we're just gonna put our eggplant. That doesn't look good next time, he's too little. Shoot. Suppose if I was serving this in a restaurant, I would do all the same size, just for kicks. How gorgeous is this? Who wants to come for dinner? Yum. There you guys, look at that. And I'm gonna do just a few more fresh seeds because crunch, and then a few more crunchy chickpeas on top because we don't want them to all be soggy. Okay, amazing. Does that look good? How good does this look? Okay, should this be in my cookbook? I think so. So one other note about eggplant is it's a nightshade vegetable, right? And when I work with people with inflammation and gut issues or joint pain and that kind of thing, sometimes they have a hesitation towards nightshade family like tomatoes and eggplant and even things like garlic. But I just want to reassure you that that's nonsense, and that is not the reason for your joint pain or your gut issues or your inflammation. None of our plants are ever harming you. They are healing you. They are going in and interacting and causing reactions for healing, and sometimes we feel that, but just make sure that you understand that you don't need to avoid a tomato, and you don't need to avoid an eggplant, and you don't need to avoid a banana or anything like that. The more that you infuse them into your body consistently, that's how you heal in the simplest way. So the plant-based diet is the diet that we all need, whether you have chronic inflammation, whether you have IBS, whether you have bloating, whether you have fertility issues, whether you want to lose weight. It is the diet. It's just how you navigate putting it together in a program and a plan that's more tailored to you and your energy and your lifestyle and your likes and stuff, and getting used to it and getting used to cooking like this. So if you're interested in learning how to make plant-based eating like just a solid, consistent part of who you are and what you do, then I want you to check out Fueled and Focused. So this is my online 6-week plant-based eating program. So we're doing so much in the course. So everything from the ins and outs of like, what do I keep in my kitchen, and what kind of kitchen tools do I need, and what kind of foods do I keep in my fridge and my pantry, to what do I do with them. And so what I'm teaching is there's a whole like module, a whole bunch of lessons, videos, recipes, tips of my food formula. So like how I make these salads, how I roast vegetables, how I make dips, how I make soups, how I do that in a formula method so that I don't have to have a recipe every time. So you guys don't need to depend on just a recipe, which I love for you to take my recipes, but I want you to just be able to not need to meal prep and not need to freak out about what to make, because you always have things on hand, and now you know these tools, these methods to prepare these foods, and you're getting every week a new formula, new food introductions, practice with me there to actually practice making these foods and kind of seeing what you like, seeing how it feels to cook like this, cooking for yourself and your family and all of that together. And then we have group coaching calls as well, so that I get to help coach you through, sure, like the technicalities of implementing just doing the plant-based stuff, buying it, getting it in, doing the cooking, finding the time, but also anything that would keep you from actually doing it, mindset stuff, and then like setting your intentions for what this gets to do for your body and your health. So I know for sure that this is all you need to do, is to infuse more plants into your lives daily, and it will take care of your body. Your body will take care of itself. This is your job. Your job is to eat the fuel. Your body knows what to do with the fuel, and it spits out the body you want with the health that you dreamed of, okay? So we have a kickoff call tomorrow. There is a pay in full and a payment plan. It's a super low cost program. It's $597 pay in full, and there's a payment plan as well. And so this is like a bonus coaching call that starts tomorrow, and then we'll be on for 6 weeks. And I just can't tell you how much you can change your whole body and your health in 6 weeks simply by doing this. And I hope you do it. I want you to do it. I want you to feed your family this way. It will change your whole life. So this is how I got rid of my toxic body from IVF and all the years before that. This is how I lost the weight. This is how I clear my skin. This is how I have so much energy. This is how I know that I'm always healthy, and I can depend on eating like this and depend on these foods, and it's literally how I got my fertility back, okay? So check it out. Let me know if you have questions. You can tag me in the comments or whatever, and come and join Food Rebels if you're not already there. So next week we're gonna do a different food of the week. And if you have recommendations or suggestions, please post those below. If you have a food that you would like to know what to do with, like zucchini or yellow squash or something like that. And it can be a fruit too. And then one other thing, this is not related to Fueled and Focused, but I keep getting this ping to do a training on Baby Body Ready. So this is gonna be a training I've never done before, and it's gonna be short and sweet. It's only 90 minutes, and it's Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time. So if you know anyone who's been struggling to have a baby that has fertility issues, send them over or share this link. I'll put it in later after I jump off here. But it's a $97 investment. You get to keep this training for life. I'll answer your questions if you're on live, and then I'm gonna sell it afterwards. So might as well be on live so you can have me talk to you and show you, teach you the things that I wish every woman knew that is struggling to have a baby. So that includes physically, spiritually, emotionally. It's gonna be so good. I'll probably go over the time because I tend to talk a lot and I just want you to have this information. So share this video, give me some hearts, and make sure that you make the recipes and then tag me, okay? All right, guys, I will talk to you soon and have a great night.